Well, good morning. It is so good to see you this morning. Happy Mother's Day for all the moms that are out there watching and viewing with us. We are grateful for you because without you, realistically, we wouldn't have jobs. So we're excited that you are joining us this morning. We do wish you a happy Mother's Day. We hope that your kids got up and took care of you this morning. And if not, kiddos, you better take care of your moms the rest of the day. So there's that. Happy Mother's Day. Welcome. We're glad you're here with us this morning. Let's say hi to the team. Colin?
Hey, good morning, everybody, and good morning, Mom. I know if you're watching, it's kind of cool. My mom has been watching the student services, which is great. So give you a virtual kiss. Mwah. And be sure, all you guys out there, give your mom a kiss on the cheek today, okay? She'll love it. Or if she doesn't like kisses, then don't do that, okay? So I don't want to make it too awkward. But happy Mother's Day. Yes. Okay, who's next?
I'll take it away since Colin forgot. It's okay. Happy Mother's Day again. We're probably all going to say it at least 75 more times, so buckle in. You already got it. It's coming. But if you can, give your mom a hug and a kiss, as Colin said, for us from our student ministry. We would love that. Take care of your moms today. Make them feel special like they should every other day of the year, okay, not just today. But we're so happy to see you guys. Good morning again. And Hannah would love to talk to you guys.
Hi, Mom. I'm on TV. Just kidding. I'm on YouTube. Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you all, or not see you all, see you all through the chat. I do that every single time. I hope everyone's doing well. So excited to be here with you today. I love you all, and I love your moms. And I just want to let you guys know that we also have a very special student guest here today. So, Joy, are you with us?
Yeah, hey. I'm so excited to be on here. I'll say it one more time. Happy Mother's Day. I know it's going to be a great day to spend time with my mom and my brothers and my sister-in-law and my dad. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Awesome. Joy, thanks for joining us this morning. We are excited to have you, as always. And I love your sign that I just now read, even though we've been hanging out for a while now on here. Live big, live like Jesus. I like it. Hey, this morning we thought it would be fun to bring on a few more special guests to join us. Those being moms, because it's Mother's Day. So for all you kids out there that are watching and freaking out currently, because it might be your mom who shows up on here, it could be. So let's go ahead and introduce our moms that are going to play our game with us this morning. We'll start with Stephanie. Would you go ahead and say hey to everybody?
Good morning, guys. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Nice. All right, we've got Stephanie Farmer that is joining us. Then we have Katie. Katie, you want to say hi?
Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Hi, boys.
Yes. See, none of these kids know that their mother is on with us this morning, so that is even more exciting. Rachel, you want to say hi?
Hey, guys. What's up? Hey, Gabby. I love you so much, baby girl. Mwah.
That is awesome. Oh, and last but not least, Betsy, you want to say hi?
Hi, everybody. I miss my White River family so much. Happy Mother's Day to moms watching, and hi, boys.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited to play a game with you guys this morning. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a little game. Colin, throw it up there. I can't remember the title of it. I always forget the title. Oh, where's our title? Do we have it? There we go. 3-year-old Pictionary. So, moms, you have seen plenty of sidewalk chalk in your lifetime. So we thought, who better than to decipher what these pictures actually are drawings of. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop up a picture. You'll have 3 options to answer. Students, you can do this as well in the chat. You can vote for whichever answer you think is correct. Then we will hear from each mom as to why they picked the answer they picked based off the drawing that we get. So without further ado, let's see our first picture for 3-year-old Pictionary this morning. Would you look at that? Is that A, a vampire, B, an angry cow, or C, what is that word right there, Colin?
Is it Caliph the Sunstrider, Master of the Burning Legion?
There we go. So I'm sure I'm missing something there that I should know what that is, but I
Is this from Coco? Is this what this drawing is from?
I have no idea. It is fascinating. All right. Stephanie, do you have an answer for us? And tell us why you picked A, B, or C.
I'm gonna go with C. I don't know what those words are, but it says burning and he's red. So he's probably on fire.
There we go. That's good. He's red. He is half red, so maybe he's half burnt. All right, Katie, what do you think?
I was gonna go for the angry cow and then realized he had two tails. So maybe a vampire and some undisclosed substance coming out of his mouth.
It's disgusting. Yes, that's true. I think those are tails. Yes. I don't know. I have no idea. All right, Rachel, what do you think? A, B, or C?
I'm gonna go angry cow because I think these look like horns, and 3-year-olds don't know that bulls only have horns, so they think the cows.
That's a good.
I'm going that way.
All right, Betsy, what do you think? A, B, or C?
I'm with Rachel on this one. 3-year-old doesn't know those words, so we're gonna go with. And the angry cow, it seems to be like a word bubble, but they haven't filled it in. So I'm gonna go with B, angry cow.
3-year-old's still trying to figure out how to spell moo. So
right.
I get it. All right, so we've got all 3 answers chosen. I have no idea what we have in the chat because I'm not.
It is all over the place.
I know. Well, I feel like it should be all over the place. I have no idea what the answer is going to be to this one. All right, go ahead. Give us the answer.
Obviously,
it's a vampire. I believe Katie, you guessed vampire, correct?
Yes.
Yes,
I did.
I think maybe it was the horns or the whatever those things might be at the top.
So we still don't know what's coming out of his mouth, though.
No, I wish we had some more information about these pictures, but we don't have any more information. So this is what we get.
Yeah,
all right,
a 3-year-old made this, so
it's true. So are those arms or are those tails? That's the question.
Yeah, good question.
Because a vampire has arms, right? I would assume, maybe.
I don't know.
Anyways, moving on. Oh, this is a good one. What? All right. A crow looking for trash to eat. B, a T-Rex with abnormal stick-like growths on his snout. Or C, a yawning deer. I want to know who came up with the other answers for these questions, because
looks like upside down Pac-Man with legs.
It looks like, okay, I kid you not, my daughter did buy a Tamagotchi. I know I mentioned that a couple weeks ago. We found one at the store, so she bought one. It looks like a Tamagotchi. I'm not going to lie. All right, let's go in reverse order this time. Betsy, what do you think, A, B, or C?
I'm going yawning deer. It's got the mouth and the horn and the antlers. They don't have horns. But yeah, I'm going to go with that.
Okay, yawning deer. I know I'm still studying this image that we're staring at here. Rachel, what do you think?
I'm going to go B, T-Rex, because of the shape of the head, maybe. I don't know. I have no idea.
The location of the eyes is throwing me off.
Well, you know. 3-year-old.
I know, it's true. Through a 3-year-old's eyes, this is perfectly formed. Katie, what do you think?
I'm going to say 100% a yawning deer. The eyes are in the right place because it has a long snout. And if you want it to be a 12-point buck, then you just add more antlers, not necessarily branches off the existing ones.
Okay. All right. That was very descriptive.
Wow.
I think if you turn your head sideways, you can see that a little bit. But Stephanie, what do you think?
I'm going to go with C, a yawning deer, because it looks like it's upside down. Like it's probably laying down sleeping.
I love it. Colin, what do you think?
Well, I'm going to have to go with Katie's explanation. It doesn't make sense at all to me, but she sounded very confident. So I'm just going to have to trust my gut on this one.
Sounds good. What is our chat? Do we have a...
Oh.
Oh, go ahead. It's
Hey!
a trash cheese. Nobody guessed that answer.
Wow, we're terrible.
Apparently, a 3-year-old doesn't know how to draw a crow. What? I don't even see how that could be a crow. It is a 3-year-old after all. Okay, I'll stop trash talking a 3-year-old. Let's move on to the next one. That is now. Oh, this is my favorite. This is definitely my favorite. Is that a zombie rabbit? Which is a great answer. Or is it B, a happy bat? Or is it C, this is you, daddy? I feel as if it was my children, it would be C for sure. This is, that is an ugly little guy we got there. All right, we're going to go with Katie first. Katie, which one do you think?
I am going to say a zombie rabbit, but they got zombie and mummy confused. So it's a hybrid.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense. I know there's something going on with his left eye that's not happening with his right eye. I noticed that as well. Rachel, what do you think?
I think I'm gonna go with zombie rabbit, although that is the most terrifying idea I can possibly think of, is a bunch of zombie rabbits running around. But yeah.
Yeah, I hope it is zombie rabbit, because if not, whoever came up with that was a genius. Stephanie, what do you think?
I'm gonna go with B, happy bat. I'm not sure that it's happy, but when I saw it, it's black, and the first thing I thought of was a bat. So I'm gonna go with it.
All right, Betsy.
I was also gonna say B. It seems like a little jolly with its hands, and happy bat. Final answer.
How do you see Jolly in that picture? I really hope that this one is C. This is you, Daddy.
I do. My only thing with this is you, Daddy, though, is it could be, because if you look at there, that could be like a belly. You know what I'm saying, ladies? With the dad belly, dad body.
The little white bump out there.
Yeah.
He's trying to fix, maybe make it look a little bigger the second time around. I see it.
Right. Chat, we got a lot of B's, we got a lot of C's. So here we go.
Come on. Not the smile. Oh, that is great. A happy bat. Well, dang it, I wish that was This Is You, Daddy. All right. Oh, this has got to be This Is You, Mommy. Just kidding, moms. Sorry. All right. A three-horned goat. You can see that. There's something in between the left two there. What is this? Grand Dark? Lizard?
You don't know about Grand Dark, Lance? Duh.
No. Tell me.
I don't know. I have no clue.
Oh. What am I missing here? I feel like this is something you would be like, I know exactly what this is.
I read the wiki about it last night.
Yes. I was doing some light reading last night before bed, and Lizard King of the North, or a dancing gecko. All right, this time we're going to start with Rachel.
I didn't want to go first on this one. I have no idea. I'm losing, and that's not cool with me. You know that.
Not that this is a competition, but
not that it is, but everything is a competition. Oh my gosh. I'm going to go with dancing gecko because I love to dance and because one leg is higher than the other to indicate movement. And I feel like every 3-year-old thinks through things that deeply. So
yes, obviously. Did you not see the smile last picture? This one I was also smiling, apparently. All right. Let's go with Katie this time.
You're muted, Katie.
There I am. I would say definitely C, a dancing gecko, for all the things Rachel said, because that one leg is definitely dancing, and he's got a tail even.
That's true. It does have a tail. We have to take note of that. All right. Let's go with Betsy. What do you think?
I definitely think C, dancing gecko. It's a girl gecko because it's like got her party bow going, and there's definitely a leg higher than the other. also, like Katie said, indicates movement. Absolutely C, final answer.
We've also now given this thing a gender.
It's a girl.
Definitely, obviously. I mean, it looks like it has some form of dress on as well. Either that or just a weird body structure with legs coming out of the hips. I don't know. Anyways, moving on. Stephanie?
I'm going to go with C also. For the reasons I thought it looked like a dress on it. And it's also green, and so are the gecko commercials. So I'm going to go with C.
All right. Well, chat? What is
We got a lot of C's, but that's really just Jesse Graffis typing the same answer over and over and over again.
Thanks,
So,
Jesse. Thanks for being
Jesse. Good
persistent
job,
and making sure we have your answer.
All right, here we go.
Yep.
All right.
Mid-jig. There it is. Rachel did not want to go first, but she nailed it on that one. Three-horned goat was a probably close second. I don't know what the Lizard King of the North is. Apparently, I need to educate myself.
I love what Jesse said. He said he knew that because he used to draw bodies exactly like that. So that's how we knew.
Because that is his sidewalk chalk drawing. Is that what Jesse's saying, basically?
I'm pretty sure that's what he's confessing to right now.
Yeah, it's crowdsourced.
That's awesome. All right, give us our next picture. Oh, this one is good. This one is good. It's faint, one color, and extremely creepy looking. A friendly centipede. B, a superhero cat fighting bad guys. Or C, the coronavirus strain. Isn't that ironic?
Timely.
Timely. Colin, did you edit this slide?
Yeah.
All right, let's start with, I don't know what order. I've not been going in an order. Stephanie, give us your answer here.
I'm going to go with A because, one, it's friendly. It's smiling, obviously, like the other one was. And it has all the legs. So A.
All right, A from Stephanie. Betsy, what do you think?
I'm going with a superhero cat fighting bad guys. He obviously has the superpower of like some kind of lightning, and his legs are like kicking, and there's the ears. B, final answer.
All right, I can see the legs kicking. Those look a little bit bigger than the ones on the right side, the ones on the left there. I get that. All right, Katie?
I'm going to say friendly centipede, even though those are some seriously thick antenna. I'm going to go with it because of the legs.
Kids, right? This is a 3-year-old.
The sidewalk chalk is really thick to write with.
It's true. That's true. I give you that. Especially those eggs. Those are the most difficult. Sad I know that. Rachel, what do you think?
I'm going to go, well, first of all, I think it's hilarious, Betsy, that every answer you give, you say final answer like you're on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And none of the kids will understand that reference, but I don't even care. I'm going to say the superhero cat. And I think that the lines on the right side are its claws out as it's fighting the bad guys.
Okay, so you think the bad guys are coming from the right side.
I do.
Betsy thought they were coming from the left side. This is interesting. Maybe if we could have saw the other piece of sidewalk, we would know the answer to that question. All right, A, B, or C. What does the chat say, Colin? Hold on.
We got a lot of A's. We got a lot of B's. So
We got no C's. Nobody.
I mean, I'm honestly hoping it's C. Not to be a bummer, but all right, here we go.
This will be a very up-to-date game we're playing here. Arms or fur? Hashtag art. It is a superhero cat fighting bad guys. Yes, which way? That's true. Which way is that fur? Are those arms? Are the other ones kicking? We have no idea. We never will. Unless Jesse Graffis drew this as well. So, Jesse, if you're out there, let us know which way the bad guys are coming from. All right, next. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's do a little. That's fine. You can keep that up. Which this one is spectacular. I'll be honest. Let me make sure. It looks like Loki. That's what I said right off the bat when I saw this. What's our point update here? Stephanie, how many points do you have?
1.
1 point. Okay, Katie, what do you got?
Not keeping track. Everybody's a winner.
Oh, wow. She's calling Rachel out right now.
No,
Rachel,
hey, no, I have like one or two.
All right.
Katie, you have 2, and I have 2.
And it's not a competition at all.
See, Rachel's here. It's okay. She's got it. She's got me taken care of.
All right, Betsy.
I think I have 3 or 4. I'm gonna go with 4, definitely. Final answer.
Final answer. Yes. Oh, that's good. All right, let's throw Loki back up there and see. Is it a
Pterodactyl?
Pterodactyl? I'm like, that's not how you spell pterodactyl, but
Pterodactyl?
I don't know. B, a dragon who's also a fireman. That is creative. Or C, a rabbit relaxing in a hammock. All right. I don't know what to do with these. All right, Katie. Wait, who has the most points? Betsy. Betsy thinks she has the most points. Let's have Betsy go first.
Okay, I'm going with C, a rabbit relaxing in a hammock.
This looks very similar to one of our other drawings there with the skirt and the legs coming out of the corners.
No reason for my answer.
No reason for your answer. You own a rabbit, so you would most likely know what a sidewalk chalk rabbit looks like. So I'm sure your children have drawn a few. Rachel, what's your answer?
Oh my gosh. I want to say like pterodactyl just in honor of my girls because they love to play that game. But I'm going to go with C, a rabbit relaxing in a hammock. Like it's just laying back and relaxed and chill. And all they had was the color green. So it doesn't matter what color.
Yeah, seriously. Limited resources and colors. All right, Katie, what did you have?
I'm going to go with my boys and be sentimental because it's Mother's Day and say a dragon because we are dragon fans who's also a fireman because you've got that water and there might be a wing back there. So fingers crossed.
All right. And Stephanie, which one do you think, A, B, or C?
I'm going with B because 3-year-olds love dragons, and I can kind of see a fire hose maybe like it's spraying water.
Yep. All right. My guess was Loki, not an answer or an option. What does the chat say? Do we have any?
We got, I would say 75% B, 25% A.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's the final answer? What's the correct answer? Dragon who is also... Yep, there you have it. Dragon who is also a fireman. Kitty got herself a point to go with her boys there. That is excellent. Yes, this artwork is getting more confusing as we go. All right, next. Oh, this is special. Look at that. What is that thing? All right. A, some sort of quail. B, a T-Rex named Scott. Not just a T-Rex, but he has his name that is Scott. C, just a plain old duck. What is on top of this thing's head is the question. That's what I want to know. All right. Stephanie, go ahead and give us your answer. A, B, or C? Oh, muted. You're okay.
There I am. I'm going to go with C, just a plain old duck.
Plain old duck. It's a long duck arm right there. Katie, what's your answer? A, B, or C?
I'm going to say a plain old duck as well. Although I like quail, but I think that's above a 3-year-old. And maybe that's his little feather on the top.
Yep. You don't think 3-year-olds know what quail is? I get it. All right. Rachel, what do you think?
I'm going to go with the T-Rex because of the green color. I'm going the opposite logic as last time. And the short, like, I think the arms are relatively short. So
okay.
I don't know. We'll go with it.
Yeah. Well, it's a 3-year-old. So
right.
There's that. Betsy, what do you think?
I want to say just plain old duck, but that's never a 3-year-old. So I'm also going to say B.
All right. We got 2 T-Rexes and 2 plain old ducks. The chat says?
Mostly B.
Mostly B.
I was thinking that could be like that little, instead of a hat, it could be like just one little hair, you know?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Ooh.
Just a plain old duck. Man, I was hoping that one was T-Rex. All right. How many more we got, Colin?
We have 4.
Let's do 2 more.
Sounds good.
And wait, we need a score update because wait a second. We need to determine how many we need to do based off the score update. I always like to give people a shot to have a massive comeback. So, Betsy, how many do you have now? Do you know?
Well, you jinxed me. And I'm still at 4.
All right, Rachel.
I'm still sitting at 2, and I lost track of Katie. So you're on your own, friend.
I think Katie has 3 now because she did get one of those correct. We're going with her kids, right, Katie? 3?
Yes.
Okay, and then Stephanie, how many do you have?
I have 3 now, so I'm
Sweet.
catching up.
All right, so Betsy's got 4, Stephanie and Katie have 3, and Rachel has 2. All right.
Don't I have 4 because I got the duck also?
You did get the duck.
I'm surging to the lead, friend.
That's right. So we have a tie for the lead. So we'll do 2 more. Rachel could come back and tie. Stephanie could win, or Katie and Betsy could take it away. This is a spectacular picture right here. I have no idea what the proportionate size of the right thing is interesting. All right. Is it A, king holding hands with his best friend who's a bee? B, an alien taking a guy to be probed?
Nice.
Colin had to put these answers in here. C, a huge fly whacking a man with a fly swatter. That is some interesting answers. Okay, let's go this time. The first, we'll go with Katie. Katie, which answer do you believe is correct?
Well, that's a great question. I'm going to go with my gut and say a king holding hands with his best friend who's a bee.
All right, A. Betsy, what do you got?
My first instinct was also A, but I'm trying to decide which one's the B. I'm gonna go with the one with a giant triangle to the right. That's the stinger right there. So I'm going with A.
I am not going to pretend to know what the giant triangle to the right is. Stephanie, what do you think?
I'm going to go with my first gut, which was B. The guy on the right looks like an alien to me.
Okay. All right. And then Rachel?
Well, when you're competitive and you're losing, you have to give a different answer than the ones who are winning to have a chance. So you either win or you just go home. So I'm going C with the fly swatter because the man is angry that the fly is whacking him with the fly swatter.
I love your competitive theology there. I love it. I think that this is D, Hannah and Joy preparing for teaching today. So Hannah, don't ask me which one is you.
Yeah. I don't want to be
by the
one of
way.
those, but thank you.
Did you hear me? I said, don't ask me which one's you, but it's the right one if you wanted to know.
Ooh.
I'm offended. So offended.
All right. Well, I could have said you were the left one with horns coming out of your head. So
That's
I don't
true. You're right. That's
an
true.
alien to
Yes.
the guy to be probed. What 3-year-old? What 3-year-old says that? Oh, what TV is that child watching? Yikes is correct. All right. So wait a second. Who got that point? I missed.
I did.
Stephanie got
I'm
one.
the 4. Now it's a 3-way tie.
Yes. So it's really Betsy, Stephanie, and Katie. All right. Last one. We'll see if we can break the tie here. If not, we have another one for a tie. Oh, this is good. A, President Donald Trump. B, a Yeti singing opera. Or C, Batman with a beard. Notice the one really long arm and the one that got split in half. I don't know what's happening on the left side of this thing. So, all right, we will let Rachel answer first on this one.
Gosh. We'll go with A, President Donald Trump, although I don't see any orange chalk there, so maybe not. Just kidding.
What do we need the orange chalk for? His hair or his face? All right, moving on. Katie, what do you think? A, B, or C?
I'm going to say B, a Yeti singing opera, because that long arm is the dramatic flair.
Got it.
And he clearly has kind of a dad bod and not a Batman bod so much, maybe.
Hey, easy. Easy on the dad bod, kids. All right, Stephanie, what do you think?
I'm going to go with C. He doesn't look like Batman, but he looks like a beard. He has a beard. So, C.
It's true. Donald Trump does not have facial hair. A Yeti would have more hair, I think. Maybe. I don't know. Betsy, what do you think?
I'm also going with B because of the arm, and the beard's really throwing me off for both A and C. So B, final answer.
All right, and his mouth's kind of open, like he's singing opera. You know, that's what I'd envision. So, all right, what is our answer? Oh, what would the kids say?
We got a lot of B and C.
Nobody thinks Donald Trump. All right, what is the answer? It is Batman with a beard. So that means we still have a three-way tie, correct? Ladies, moms.
I have 5 points now.
Stephanie got that one right. That's right.
Yeah.
There it is. We have ourselves a winner. Stephanie Farmer is your winner. All right, moms. Would you like to say anything to your children to embarrass them before you sign off today and tell everybody bye? If not, you can just say bye. Stephanie?
Bye, Chloe. Remember today's Mother's Day.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to be sweet to her, Chloe. Sweet. I know sometimes that might be hard, but today's the day. All right, Katie?
Thanks for having me. Sorry, I'm working on the mute. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. And Bryce, you look amazing and you're comfy. And Cam, thanks for waking up just in time to be with us this morning.
I love it. Just in time. Just 5 minutes to spare. Rachel, would you like to say anything to Gabby?
Yeah, I just got to brag on all three of my girls. I already had homemade breakfast in bed that they all worked on. And I know that there's some chocolate covered strawberries that have already been in the works today as well. So I already feel spoiled for today, but today's not over, girls. So, you know, I wouldn't be opposed to some more special treatment or just quiet.
That sounds like you got the A+ treatment this morning. So, Betsy, of course, I know you have something you would love to say to your boys.
I just want to say that thank you for making me a mom. You guys are everything to me, and you guys have made me feel real special. I'm getting a little sappy. Okay, I'm dialing it back. So I expect a lot more from you because I gave you life today, and thank you for breakfast. Love you.
That is great. My mother always used to say, I brought you into this world and I can take you out of it. So there was that she used as a threat oftentimes. So, well, mothers, thanks for joining us today. We sure appreciate it. Trevor, you have some announcements for us today for our students.
I do. All right, so we got our weekly Zoom calls. If you haven't been a part of them, we have
All right, you're good. You're good.
Can they hear me now? Do I need to start over?
Start over.
All right. All right, we're going back. Okay. Back to square one. Zoom call, high schoolers, lunch, 12 o'clock. Tune in. I'll re-say what I said before is that catch Lance or I in the Chick-fil-A drive-thru. We will be there. Not sure which one. It'll be maybe both of us. We might both be in there. At 12 o'clock, join us, high schoolers. Second is our other hangout, middle school, at 4 o'clock Thursday. That is with Hannah. Hannah has awesome games that we have every week. Typically, I win, so it doesn't matter. But join us on 4 o'clock Thursday and for our middle school hangout. Our next announcement is we are switching to CIY Move At. Move At. I know we've been kind of talking about that and processing that. We are still working on details on how that all looks, but that is still open for people to come and join us. So if you have anyone in mind that you're praying about or wanting to invite, even if you're thinking about them in your head, tell them, say, hey, we got this thing coming up, CIY Move. You can come to it. It's going to be here. No charge. Just talk to us and we'll get them squared away. All right. And lastly is CIY Mix. Currently, it's still on, and we have limited spots left. So if you're interested in coming, please join. We got a couple spots left. If you want to sign up for that, you can talk to Hannah or Lance or Colin or myself, and we can get you plugged in that. All right. So that's all for the Mother's Day announcements today. Before I transition to Hannah and Joy, who are teaching today, I just want to pray for them and make sure that they are before the Lord before we start. All right. So I'm going to pray right now. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you just for all mothers out in the world who sacrifice for us every day, who have given us just a chance to be on this earth, but also have nurtured us and brought us here to this time to listen to your word and just hear more about you and hear more on the hearts of Hannah and Joy. So Father, just be with them. Allow them to just hear your words, speak through them today, and allow this message to go super smoothly. Thank you for your son and his death on the cross. In your son's name I pray. Amen.
Hey guys, super excited again to be with you all here on this very special Mother's Day. I just want to let you know, Joy and I will be teaching today, and we're just continuing our series on new normal. Last week, we looked at God being our shelter in place, and I just wanted to thank Cam and Lance again just for those encouraging words that they had for us last week. So today, Joy and I are going to be looking at what Jesus can do despite our hardships. And it could be right now that your hardship is being socially distant from people, or it could be something else in your life. I know for me that it's been really hard to be away from people, and I enjoy the moments when I do get to interact with some other people. But honestly, being socially distant has been kind of awkward. Joy and I were talking about this the other day about some of the interactions we've had with people at the grocery store, at the park, or whatever. And she just had a story. So, like, what's been something awkward that's happened to you, Joy, since you've been out and about?
Yeah. So I went hiking with my brother and sister-in-law, and so like we're walking on the trail, and it's like a pretty narrow trail path, whatever you want to call it. And it was so funny. There were like two different like types of people. There were some that like were really nice and like acted like a normal human being and like said like hey and stuff, but then there were the others that it seemed like even though we're walking right past them, it seemed like we weren't there. Like they stepped off to the side, like kept their heads down awkwardly. It was so weird. And like the grocery store is just so weird. It's like if you don't wear a mask, then like you're just an outcast or something. Is just so weird. And like some people hiking, like I like pet their dogs or something, and they were just so nice. It was just such a complete like turnaround.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I was just thinking, if passing people wasn't already awkward enough, like let's throw in a virus and have to do I think about the face when you like smile at people, like the closed mouth, like.
Yeah.
And now it's even worse. Like you said, some people are really cool, and some people they're just afraid. But it's a fearful time, and so I think for us, being like the nicest we can when we're out and about is really helpful. And I also think it's helpful to remember, like, we aren't the first people to do this whole social distance thing. Like, if you look at some of the stories in the Bible, there's multiple people that have had to socially distance themselves. And we were just talking through a few of them, being like the woman at the well who made some life choices and had some hardships and struggles in her life that she needed to socially distance from the people in her town. And thinking about people with leprosy, how they were asked to be socially distant. And then we even said Jonah in the whale. He was pretty socially distant in the belly of a whale. And so just a funny one in there. So either they chose to be socially distant because of what was happening in their life, or were asked to by their culture. And so we were specifically wanted to look at this story today in Luke chapter 8, verses 40 through 48. So if you turn there with us today, we're going to check out the story of this woman who had some constant bleeding. So we're going to look at Luke 8, 40 through 48. I'll give you some time to turn there because I know that we don't always get the most time. Luke 8, 40 through 48. So get ready to make some notes in the margin. We're going to be talking about these verses, and we just want you to walk through this passage with us. And if something stood out to you, just make a note of it, okay? All right. On the other side of the lake, the crowds welcomed Jesus because they had been waiting for him. Then a man named Jairus, a leader of the local synagogue, came and fell at Jesus' feet, pleading with him to come home with him. His only daughter, who was about 12 years old, was dying. As Jesus went with him, he was surrounded by the crowds. A woman in the crowd had suffered for 12 years with constant bleeding, and she could find no cure. Coming up behind Jesus, she touched the fringe of his robe. Immediately, the bleeding stopped. "Who touched me?" Jesus asked. Everyone denied it, and Peter said, "Master, this whole crowd is pressing up against you." But Jesus said, "Someone deliberately touched me, for I felt healing power go out from me." When the woman realized she could not stay hidden, she began to tremble and fell to her knees in front of him. The whole crowd heard her explain why she had touched him, and she had been immediately healed. "Daughter," he said to her, "your faith has made you well. Go in peace." So we wanted to say, if you notice anything, you wrote it down during this passage, please put that in the chat. We would love to hear what stood out to you, and we want to hear your questions. And so we're going to kind of walk through what stood out to us right now. But Joy, tell me what's kind of happening in these first few verses.
Yeah, so just through 40 through 42, really, there were many areas where Jesus was unwelcomed, but there were other times where people were anticipating his arrival. Across the lake, a crowd of people gathered and awaited to see this miracle worker. And one well-known man in this crowd was looking for the miracle worker, and his name was Jairus. He was known as a leader at the local synagogue, and he was a father who was at the end of his rope because his 12-year-old daughter was dying. That begging and hopeless feeling that he could do nothing else for his daughter, I just can't imagine that. But he caught sight of Jesus in the crowd, other people, and he just fell to his feet, to his knees, just pleading to Jesus to heal his daughter. And Jairus knew that that was the only hope for his daughter to survive. So that's where it kind of originated, and then it goes to this the bleeding woman that just touched his fringe, going into 43 and 44.
Yeah, 44, that's a huge one. Just the fact that she had this faith that if she just touched him, I mean, she touched the fringe of his robe, that's not even like his person, that she would be healed. And I think that just thinking back on that kind of faith that she had, it just kind of blows me away. I think about what kind of things she knew about Jesus, and if she had seen miracles before, like how many miracles have she seen? If you look ahead or look up in this chapter 7 and 6, you can kind of see some of the miracles that Jesus had done. And I'm just kind of curious, like how many she had heard of, how many her town had heard of. Joy, do you think she knew like all these miracles Jesus had done?
Yeah, I think she just like heard it just from all the stuff that he's done, that it just like slowly just like everybody in the community or like the towns that heard it, and she had to just be so faithful and like knew what he was doing in his life and just loving him, that she just had like this hope and faith and trust in the Lord, that she just like dove right at him. And it says just like immediately, like there was no pause, there was nothing by the time she touched the fringe of his robe and her being healed, just immediately. That is just so crazy to think of.
I do like that you mentioned that word immediately. That is a huge deal. Not even touching his person, immediately she was healed. Wow. I think that we also need to mention 45. It's kind of funny with him being like, who touched me? And then Peter being like, do you see this crowd? Do you see all these people? Like anyone could have touched you. Everyone's touching you. What are you asking, Jesus? Like, I totally don't understand. And I think that Jesus doesn't really do things not on purpose. And so I'm thinking maybe, I don't know if I'm right in this, but he kind of wanted her to step forward and claim, yeah, it was me, Jesus. I was the one who touched your robe. Or, maybe he's wanting other people to see that this woman's faith was huge, and that she'd been healed because she had touched Jesus. You know what I mean? What do you think about that, Joy?
Yeah, it's just like the thought that maybe like other people around were sick or something, and just the big difference was like people like see that he does these things, but truly like do they believe? Do they have the faith in him and like truly just have like grace and trust him and everything? And that's just the big thing that popped out. And I just imagine this, just Jesus saying like, "Who touched me?" And then Peter is just like, "Dude, there's tons of people around you. Like, what do you mean?" And then for him to like truly say like, there was like a power gone from me, that just like, I wonder if it's just like a whoosh feeling like through him or something. But just for him to feel that little thing is just amazing. It's crazy.
I do like that. I'm curious as to what Jesus felt when his healing power left him. That is an interesting point. But then that kind of moves us on to 48 too. Like your faith has made you well. And I just can't get over it. She only believed that if she touched him, she would be healed. And she was absolutely right. She stepped out in faith in a culture that didn't accept her and made her announce the fact that she was unclean. I just can't imagine that. Colin, did anybody point out anything in the chat from this passage that they liked, or any questions that they had?
Well, I just went ahead and asked that first question. How would you feel about the culture? Is that okay? Sorry.
That's fine. Yeah, totally.
I jumped the gun there. But anyways, we got a couple answers. Jacob said that he'd say nothing because that is dumb. And then Skyview Digital Media, who I always forget who that is.
It's Olivia.
Olivia. She would feel ashamed. Olivia would feel ashamed. Ashley Markham says it'd be very easy to feel alone and like an outcast and maybe not even loved. Zuzu says, I don't care what other people think of me. And Jesse says it'd be terrible.
Yeah, I think that's what we were kind of thinking. Joy?
Yeah. What Ashley said, like, I thought like just feeling like an outcast and just paranoid that if I have to announce that or anything, like just going near someone, like I feel like I would be in trouble, or like people would just look at me weird and I just would feel gross, even though sometimes it's like not that big, but just like inside I would just feel like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Like I'm gonna get in trouble if I step out like that feeling of being unclean or anything.
Oh yeah, definitely. I feel like I would just feel unvalued and unappreciated and unloved, and kind of just like I didn't matter, and that it wasn't kind of about who I am, but it was more about what was wrong with me. And that I also feel like that I wouldn't have any privacy in my own life, that I felt like I had to share this out of obligation because of what my culture said, and not because I actually trusted people to share this private information with me. But yeah, I cannot even wrap my head around having to yell out that I was unclean. like at all.
Yeah.
And so that happened with the woman who touched Jesus's robe, but she had to yell that out and she had to publicly ask Jesus for healing. So Joy, how would you feel if you had to publicly ask Jesus for a healing?
If I had to do that, I feel pretty nervous just because it's like Jesus, like he's pretty famous. So I think that's the part that would make me like really nervous. Like not because I don't think it's because it's in public, but more just because it's like it's him, like it's really him. And like even though he already knows that like something's going on, just the fact to just come out just in front of him, I would just be so nervous.
Hmm. And I feel like for me, it's the opposite. It would be that it was public. I would feel like I would know that Jesus would heal me, but I want to keep my hardships on the inside. I share them with Jesus on the inside, and so having the whole world kind of know what I struggle with, that would be difficult. And I know that's part of our human nature, and that's part of the pride that I have, to come across perfect. Because I've always wanted to seem like I have it all together, and so having to ask Jesus publicly to heal me of my hardships
Yeah.
or whatever was going on with me, whatever I was struggling with, yeah, I don't think I would be able to do that. I feel like I do a better job than I actually probably do of trying to act like I'm keeping it all together. I'm really like great at acting like I'm doing that, but I know we all need Jesus every day, and especially through our hardships. So, Colin, did anybody in the chat answer this question?
Yeah, we have people would be embarrassed. Millie said she'd feel weak. Connor's niece said, I'd just be like, yeah, get in line, people. I ain't the only one who needs fixing here.
I like that.
Yeah.
So true.
Olivia said, I'd feel almost scared and broken and outcast. Hope Hicks said, I feel awkward enough asking friends for prayers, but being in the presence of Jesus would be overwhelming, even though he knows just what I need.
Very true. Yeah. I feel like it just comes back to us we all need to feel desperate for Jesus. And that's definitely what the woman who touched Jesus's robe, who had this constant bleeding, she just felt so desperate for Jesus and was willing to publicly ask him for healing. And so it kind of led us to this question of, have you ever felt so desperate for Jesus that you were willing to risk everything, just like this woman was when she came out in public and didn't announce that she was unclean? So, Joy, have you ever felt so desperate for Jesus that you were willing to risk everything?
I've never felt that way before in my life. The feeling of being desperate for Jesus is just like the risking everything. In other words, like I've just never had the opportunity, I guess. Just things that come in my life, I just don't have to go like all in, just like, if that makes sense. The opportunity hasn't popped up. So I think that's what the biggest thing. But like there are moments where like I just fall down and like that's all I need. But sometimes it's just like the hug feeling, but not like coming out and being just like I have nothing else. So I guess it's the opportunity that I just never have had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like too. I feel like we're really blessed with where we live in America, that we haven't had to risk everything with a part of our culture, with how we believe in the faith that we have. And I know that there were times I felt desperate for Jesus, but not to the point where I've had to risk everything. Yeah. So I'm just beyond impressed with this woman who put everything in line just to reach out to Jesus, like literally reach out and touch him. That's all she wanted to do. I have reached out to Jesus in times of mental hardships, desperation of when I'm mentally in my own head, but risking everything. I think it's like you said, Joy, just I have not had the chance to. But Colin, did anybody else, have they felt desperate for Jesus that they've had to risk everything in the chat?
Olivia said that she felt desperate for healing, desperate for help, but never so much to give up everything. Just felt like I needed the help, like I was wrong or broken, and I didn't want to feel that way. Connor Neese said, I have had to leave friend groups because of my faith. And one thing that popped in my brain was just, we all live I feel like a lot of us are just very spoiled. I am. I've lived a very privileged life. And I would say the times I've been desperate has been more like with broken relationships and difficulties with friends, just between me and Melanie and our marriage and fights and that kind of stuff. And those are the times I can just think of when I'm just like, God, I've been trying to fix this so much, but I can't do this alone, and I need you. So.
Yeah, that's really good. I feel like there's times when we maybe all come to that point where it's like, I can't do this on my own. And I think that it's important for us to get to that because we do realize how much we need to rely on Jesus and how desperate we are really for him. Thanks so much, guys, for answering those questions in the chat too, by the way. I really appreciate your honesty about things. These are some tough questions and things that we somewhat deal with, we somewhat don't. And so thank you so much again for answering those. But we just kind of want to leave you with like kind of a challenge question, get your kind of feedback on this one. But I'm going to ask Joy first. What are some biblical practices we can put in place to overcome our hardships?
Yeah, so I really thought about this, and like during this time, it's like going into this like stay at home order sort of thing. I came in with the mindset of just like, all right, this is a great time to just strengthen my relationship with the Lord and everything. But it's honestly gotten so much harder. And I've realized that being involved with like small group and a leader for crew and just all of those things, I was pretty dependent on my faith with people, and I really had to focus on my relationship one-on-one with him. And I think just overcoming those hardships, like I've taken the time to get into like different devotions, and I just ordered a book. It's called Live by Sadie Robertson. And so I've taken in the aspect of just like not being afraid to ask questions and having a lot of alone time and just listening to worship music and digging into the Bible. I know those seem pretty simple, but just during this, it's been such a hard challenge to fully put effort into your relationship with the Lord. And yeah, it's been really hard, but I think it's just the baby steps that make the big difference.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Baby steps. I know that for us, we've always encouraged you guys to just pray and continuously, and to read your Bible faithfully. And I think another thing too, that's kind of practical, is to kind of change up your music. Put on some worship music. I know that it kind of gets me going in the mornings, helps me kind of focus my mind, and by listening to something that's good for my soul. And I know that my sister and I, we used to do that on our way to school every day. We'd turn on Christian radio in the truck, and that would kind of set us for the day ahead. And so just putting God first, either by doing your devotionals, listening to some worship music. I like to listen to some worship music before we come on here. I think that's just a really great way to focus my mind on what's really important and what Jesus is trying to do and is going to do through this time together. So Colin, anybody answer this question in the chat?
Yeah, we've got just praying. EC Studios, sorry, I asked you earlier where you were. Going to church / watching church. Jacob said read, lots of reading, tons of reading, and he had 3 big green check marks. So Stephen Anthony said remembering we're not alone in our struggles. Olivia said reading encouraging passages. The Bible always has exactly what we need to hear. God knows what we need before we know what we need. That's good.
Yeah, that's really good.
One more. Let me jump in. Annie said, I thought recently that when I feel so muddled in my mind and not knowing what to do, even if I don't want to pray, I think something you can always do is to praise God no matter what happens.
Yeah, Annie, that's really good. Really good stuff. Thank you guys so much for sharing that with us and helping us come up with some more practical ways to overcome our hardship. And so our main takeaway from today is don't let your hardship stop you from reaching Jesus. We saw that in the story with the woman with the constant bleeding who was just immediately healed because of her faith. And I think it would be easy for us to kind of sit back and be mad about our long time of social distance or whatever hardship you have in your life. But the big thing that our student ministry has been trying to get you guys to do is just to encourage you to really use this time to connect with Jesus and trust him, especially now that it's been quite a while. I know that it can be hard, kind of like Joy said. She's just like, it's kind of becoming a struggle to do that every day and think of this as a good time to do that. But we really would love for you to just be able to connect more with Jesus, and trust him more in this time, and just have faith that this woman had, that she knew if she only touched Jesus, she would be healed. And I gotta admit, I am not sure I have that kind of faith, but I know that it's something that I'm striving for, and hope that you guys are too. And so we just wanted to challenge you to use what people has said as practical ways for you to overcome your hardships, and specifically reaching out to Jesus. We're never going to stop encouraging you to pray continuously and to dig deep into scripture. And just know if you ever have any questions about passages you come across, or like I think Joyce said it, questions are good. It's okay to ask questions, and we're here for you guys to help you process and answer them. But these are just some tools that God has given us to build our relationship with him and to learn about his character. And so don't let your hardships stop you from reaching Jesus. Never. So Joy, will you pray for us as we end?
Yeah, for sure. Jesus, I just want to say thank you for this opportunity, for the ability to just come together from different places. Lord, I just thank you for the relationships that I've made with you and during this time, and just getting stronger with you, Lord. I thank you for the vulnerability that we've created during this time, and just the world, and just not losing track of you, Lord. I just pray that while we have hardships in our life, that we just fall back on you, Lord, and know that you have a plan, and you have so many things lined up for us that it's hard to imagine, but we all will come out stronger in this, and come out together and be ready to come together and worship you, Lord, and love on you, Lord. I just pray for the students as just school wraps up, that our strive of our faith and love for you just doesn't stop and just continues. Whether so many different changes are happening, that we just fall back on you, Lord. And I just thank you for this time this morning, and just pray that people just got something out of this today, Lord. I just thank you for feeling your presence here this morning. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thanks, Joy. Colin?
Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know if we should do this.
Wait, what are we doing again?
I don't know if I have full confidence right now.
In Trevor? Is it Trevor?
Yeah, Trevor's harshing my vibe.
As the kids would say. Should we do it?
All right, here we go. This one's to you, moms.
Oh my gosh. Oh god.
How did the song go? Flash.
I gotta remind you. Oh, it's not even playing.
What?
Oh, there it is.
Are we supposed to sing?
Yeah, but I don't
All right.
Just take my hand and hold it.
I will protect you from all
Around you, I will be here. Don't you cry.
You're so small, you seem so strong.
Big song, I don't know it.
I'm so safe and warm. The bond between us can't be broken.
Yes, Trevor.
Here we go.
In my heart.
Yes.
Why am I the only one singing?
Mom,
Everybody cut us off.
all right,
Everybody
Trevor.
cut us off.
Move them off, please. Move them.
My heart always.
Yes.
Colin's cheating. He can hear it.
Yeah, he can hear it.
We can't hear any of this music. We're just singing.
What a disaster.
Cam, Mom, hope y'all for the love out there.
Sorry, moms. I'm really sorry.
Lance didn't sing one line. I just want to point that.
I did sing the chorus. Thank you.
Watermelon.
Just couldn't hear me over your debut of your singing career. Remember?
My heart.
Hannah's still going.
On now and forever.
Oh boy.
Don't listen to them, guys. What do they know? Okay.
At least there was an attempt, and we're all so laggy.
Kim said, it's the thought that counts.
Yeah, sing it, Land.
Yeah. Plug for Tarzan. Go watch Tarzan real quick.
I don't know this section at all. Holy
Remember this part of the song.
I haven't watched that movie in so long, so I don't know.
Today.
I may not be with you, but you got to hold on. They'll see in time, I know. I know. We'll show them together. Cause you'll be in
my heart.
Believe me, you'll be in my heart. I can't. Someone else take it over. Call it.
Ready, keep going.
I don't think Joy sang yet. Has Joy sang yet? Joy, where are you at?
Remember this song. I don't know how it goes.
The words are on the screen. There's nothing.
Apparently, neither does Hannah.
No matter what they say.
No one can hear it. He needs to be playing back.
Okay, whole pick. Thank you. This is better than thank you.
Is this the bridge?
Oh my God. I don't know anything. I barely know the chorus.
Jinkies put screams dead. What's wrong? Student team singing a song to us.
Look over your shoulder.
Oh my God. Oh, it's so funny.
All right, I'm getting texts now to my phone directly.
What's happening?
That we haven't seen. I've seen Tarzan.
I've seen it.
It's Phil Collins. It's one of my favorite singers, but
It's a
I
great
do
song.
not want me to sing this song.
Written by Phil
Oh,
Collins.
blessings. It's over.
We're gonna get a Disney copyright complaint.
That was all.
Hey, that was karaoke version. That
It's
should
true.
be legal, right?
We're good.
That wasn't. I don't know what that was. That was not karaoke.
Don't mess with me now.
That was an
that it was
embarrassing
better than
look
the
for
original,
all of us.
Not gonna lie, and that is what we were striving for. Better than the original,
Mm-hmm.
which is not possible. I think Hope's just being nice.
I agree.
Well,
Moms, you'll be in our hearts,
we love you, mommies.
and we'll be in your hearts. Hearts of the hearts, your moms.
And I'll
Either
still
be in your hearts or we'll be in your nightmares. So we hope you have a wonderful Mother's Day. Again, thanks so much for the moms that showed up with us and hung out. So we're going to say bye and spare you any other musical breakouts during this time. So we love you guys. Thanks for joining us today. Hannah, you want to say bye?
Yes. Bye all. Thank you so much. Love your mamas for us. We miss you guys, and I can't wait to watch this video back to see if I actually lined up with the right words. I'm so excited. Just kidding. Joy?
Yeah. Thanks for having me. It was so much fun. Yeah. See you guys. I'm glad we did this. Colin?
yeah, good seeing you guys. Great job, Joy and Hannah. It's a great message. Loved it. Trev, you send us out.
Send us out. All right. Love you all. Miss you all. Hopefully we can see each other soon. But if not, keep reaching out to us. We miss all of you. We are literally on our phones just waiting for phone calls. So call us, text us, reach out to us. We love you. Give your mothers a kiss and hug again for us again. Keep doing it. Love them all. Love you guys. See you later.
Bye.